Well, you all certainly loved that first episode, huh? Hello everybody, Salty Sweet Ren here, and welcome back to our special ClanGen series, The Guardians of the Fallen Star. Name subject to change, I think I've literally just typed it in as like the Fallen Star on YouTube, but regardless, in case you missed the first episode and don't know what this series is about, The Guardians of the Fallen Star takes place in a drastically different world than our main ClanGen series. This isn't your typical warrior cats, like actual groups of cats who live in like the forest and are going through like normal things. This is a world that's full of magic and wonder and dangers unlike what has been experienced so far. Many cats in this world have been graced with different elemental abilities, like fire, water, earth, and air, and also star and dark. According to legend, these magical abilities were granted by a star that fell to the earth, which is now hidden within the cave that these cats live in as its protectors. Our leader, Falling Star, was actually named after the legend by her parents, and she has a special connection to the fallen star that allows her to feel when it's in danger. And coincidentally, the land has begun to be plagued by some sort of darkness that drains the life and light away from what it touches. Some cats can even succumb to the influence of the darkness and will become a creature called a darkling. The darkness doesn't always immediately claim those it touches, however, and sometimes a cat might be able to hold off its effects either through sheer will or the influence of another element. And within this clan, or group, or I don't know what I'm going to be calling them as a whole, we have welcomed an outsider who's badly injured and been infected with the darkness, but still retains themselves despite everything. And that happens to be Doodle, who is a Hellfire hybrid. Doodle is technically listed as a former kitty pet, and I'm trying to avoid having two legs in this setting. Like, not just humans, but like any sort. Like, I know some of you guys have suggested like elves and dwarves and tieflings and stuff, but those still are like technically two-legged creatures. So I'm gonna be trying to change kitty pet stuff to like something else. Like maybe like have like certain groups of cats who've like band together as like roving parties of adventurers who are like fighting off some like the different monsters and dangers that happen to be in the world, like, you know, D&D style, like just different like D&D parties, but they're all cats. That just seems like kind of cute to me. I don't know how well I could pull that off, but I kind of want to try. I'd probably have to change a lot of the files in the game. Speaking of which, I have begun starting to edit some of the files, but I'm going to have to figure out how to transfer the changes I've made so far to a newer update at some point, because the current version that I'm playing on is a little bit unstable. When I was doing some testing with some of like the patrols and stuff that I tried to add, the game started crashing when it came to certain patrols regarding like lungwort and stuff. I'm playing on an older dev version. I know that some of the newer versions like have like new like requirements and stuff, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to get everything working at some point. I don't know. I also need to just figure out what I'm doing with the code in general, because I'm still just trying to figure it out. Anyways, yeah, at some point I'm gonna like switch dev versions, try and transfer the changes I've begun to make to newer versions, and hope they don't break the game. I need to like figure out what the heck I'm doing. I'm not really a coder, but I want to try and figure this out. So hopefully in the future we'll start seeing like more changes made to like add to like how this particular story is going to play out. But if you guys really enjoy this series and you want to see more of it, please be sure to go ahead and show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing, and leaving a comment down below so I can keep making videos like this. Your support really means the world, and I really appreciate it. And I'm also trying to keep Simba from walking on my laptop, so if I sound a little stilted, it's probably because I'm trying to distract this little kitten. What are you doing? But regardless, I suppose we should go ahead and see what else will happen in this particular episode. I'm probably only going to do 2 moons, partly because like I need to like figure out what I'm doing still, just trying to get into the swing of it, and also because my sister's over and I want to hang out with her, so I'm gonna keep this episode a little bit shorter so I can go and hang out. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what the next moon will bring. Juniper Tuft has gotten a stomach ache, oh dear, but Doodle has recovered from green cough. Okay. I know that some people were joking about like how Doodle's like holding off green cough with just one piece of, or just one singular herb. Somehow our medicine cat was Scorchface, I think? If I need to remember everybody's names, oh dear, it's been a while. Yeah, Scorchface is our medicine cat. Different cats are going to have different stuff. Also, Doodle, I'm going to go ahead and mark you as a favorite because you are also a elemental cat. And I believe, like, some people were saying we should, like, mark, was it Ivory Tooth or Juniper Tuft? I think someone said Ivory Tooth should also be marked as a favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But regardless, let's go ahead and also take a look at some of the relationships. Juniper Tuft saw Whisper Step being considerate. Falling Star is complaining that Ivory Tooth never does anything helpful. Oh dear, that's a little unfortunate. But meanwhile, in the complete opposite direction, Whisper Step thinks about how Ivory Tooth is always reliable. And Faith Shadow Muse, congratulations to Ivory Tooth for a job well done. Well, apparently everybody has differing opinions. I don't know why Falling Star thinks Ivory Tooth isn't doing anything helpful. Maybe it's just helpful in like a different way than Falling Star wants to be, maybe? Faith Shadow thinks Doodle was nice to them today. That's sweet. Bubble Jump thinks the prey Falling Star is biting into on the other side of camp looks delicious, of course. Bubble Jump, Whisper Step, and Pounce Rumble had a nice talk while eating. Aw, nice. Pounce Rumble thinks Rhineberry is very helpful. Ivory Tooth can never seem to explain their health in a way that makes Scorchface listen. Oh, what happened here with Ivory Tooth? Is maybe Ivory Tooth like has like some sort of condition that's like making them sort of unable to like do things in a certain way? I don't know, but that's interesting. I know I sometimes have trouble trying to explain my own health in a way that like makes people like take it seriously, because like I'm always in like some sort of pain, like even if it's just like a tiny bit, but like at the same time my pain scale is very different from most people, so most of the time it's like just like such a low level that it's bearable, and then like if it even like goes up a tiny bit, suddenly it's like the end of the world pain for me. I don't know how to explain it, but it's hard to explain how pain works for me. It's different, I guess. Anyways, Ivory Tooth hopes they are assigned to patrol with Whisper Step tomorrow. Rhineberry finds a bit of fluff that smells like Whisper Step and adds it to their nest. Rhineberry, do you have like a crush on Whisper Step? I'm gonna have to take a look at that. No, you're still just half platonic-like. Okay, that's fine. Rhineberry offers to groom a hard-to-reach place for Doodle, who thanks them earnestly. Scorchface apologized to Juniper Tuft for something or other. Crested Feather saw Doodle show off a skill they never knew they had. And Crested Feather thinks Doodle was nice to them today. Crested Feather and Doodle are getting along, and Doodle is giving Whisper Step a task. Doodle, you're giving Whisper Step a task? Aren't you, like, brand new? Okay. Ooh. So this is one, like, you can see, like, in the thoughts right here, Falling Star hopes that Scorchface knows how to heal injuries caused by darkness. That's one of the new things that I added. I'm still just trying to learn how to tweak certain things in the game, but I am trying to figure this out, so. Yeah, Falling Star hopes that Scorchface knows how to heal injuries caused by darkness. The darkness is going to have some slightly different effects. So far I've tried, like, adding certain things that are, like, related to like being infected with darkness, but I might start like doing certain things that are like maybe an injury that's caused by darkness takes longer to heal or is more difficult to treat or something. I don't know. I need to figure out what I'm doing there, figure out how to do that. I know next to nothing about how I'm going to be handling the medicine aspect of things. Whisper Step almost fell in a pool of darkness the other day. Another thing that I've added, but oh dear, Whisper Step, sweetie. And you have a sprain. Okay, so Whisper Step's got a sprain. You need to be more careful. Don't get too close to any pools of darkness. That's a little concerning. You've been confined to the camp recently, so oh, that's actually very concerning. Like maybe you just like walked outside the camp and there was like a pool of darkness. That is very concerning, actually. Scorchface is eating some fresh kill. Okay. Bubble Jump is mediating a couple's relationship. Is there a couple in the clan? Who's got a romantic interest? Like, does anybody have any sort of romantic interest in each other? I am literally clicking through. Oh yeah, you have interest in Juniper Tuft. As I'm going through, I think that's the only romantic interest in the clan. Oh no, Crested Feather also is interested in Pounce Rumble, apparently. And Faith Shadow has a tiny bit of reciprocated romantic interest in Juniper Tuft as well. Okay. Well, Faith Shadow and Juniper Tuft, since it said like a couple and like it was a romantic interest, let's go ahead and mediate these two, see how these two get along. So everything went up a tiny bit. That's good, that's good. Now Doodle wants to get to know Whisper Step better. Okay, Doodle wants to get to know Whisper Step better. I'll keep that in mind. Rhymeberry flatly insults a clanmate's appearance. Rhymeberry, what are you doing? Juniper Tuft is sparring with some clanmates. Okay, and you are sick. You have a stomachache. Okay. But you're like still able to work, so we'll keep that in mind. Ivory Tooth wonders how Scorchface is doing. You were kind of discussing with Scorchface about the fact that you don't think your health is being taken seriously, so... Oh, might have something to do with your tail! Oh yeah, you have like a mangled tail. Maybe your tail has like some like lingering pain. That could be part of it, like the... Or your tail looks like it's mangled. I can't tell if that's actually a scar, if that's part of the marking, but it does look like a mangled tail to me, so... And Faith Shadow wants to speak to Bubble Jump about something. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, but I think Bubble Jump just like helped you mediate something, so that could be what it is. You want to speak to Bubble Jump about like, hey, could you like maybe like help me like, I don't know, set me up with Pounce Tail or something? Was it Pounce Tail? No, it was Juniper Tuft. It was Juniper Tuft. I'm gonna have to start getting used to everybody's names and stuff. I'm still trying to remember who everybody is and how they feel about each other. There's not a ton of cats to try and go through right now. But it is interesting seeing how things are. I have also tweaked the rates when it comes to like how relationships like shift. Because in the base game, it is very, very slowly. But I've tweaked them so that they're a little bit more increased. So like relationships will change slightly more drastically. Whether that's for good or for worse. But hopefully it's gonna be for good. We'll see, I suppose. I'm just gonna keep going through like everybody's relationships as is for now, and okay. But anyways, let's go ahead and do some patrols for today, shall we? I think first things first, let's do a 3-cat patrol along the border. I think that's a good idea. Just get some established territory, try and see what's going on. Let's take care of things, shall we? While walking along the border, your patrol notices the Scorched Plains clan patrol. We're gonna try and pretend it doesn't say clan. I don't know how to remove that in the game's files. But I do know, like, I know I put up a poll, like, asking, like, what should I call, like, the other, like, groups. For now, the other groups, like, have, like, kind of longer names that are kind of, like, more descriptive of their territory. Like, the Scorched Plains is where, like, some, like, the fire, like, elemental cats tend to live. Anyways, we've noticed, like, we noticed a patrol of theirs. We don't want to antagonize them. We do want to get along with them a little bit more, so once the patrols cross paths, Ivory Tooth is quick to break the awkward atmosphere with a friendly greeting. The patrols pause to converse for a little while, Ivory Tooth bringing up a story that, while slightly embarrassing for Ivory Tooth, is entertaining and lighthearted. The patrols part in good spirits. Alright. So these three are doing pretty well. Just kind of chatting with some of the other cats. Let's see, now I'm just gonna send other cats on like 2-cat patrols just randomly. Doodle and Rhymeberry might be interesting. Let's see how these two get along. Rhymeberry suggests this might be a good chance to practice new hunting techniques with Doodle. Okay. Doodle does need to learn how like we do things up here in the mountains. Both cats have a nice practice session, swapping their best tips and tricks with each other. Nice. Next up, we've got Falling Star and Faith Shadow. Okay. While exploring the territory, Faith Shadow notices a particularly dark shadow near a pile of rocks. This is one of the ones that I added, and the first few times I actually had trouble with like one of the illnesses not working properly, which caused the game to crash, so hopefully hopefully it's working now. Falling Star decides to investigate and scrambles across atop the rock pile to get a better vantage point. There's a type, I'm gonna have to fix that. However, the rocks beneath their feet are unsteady and Falling Star has to be yanked by their scruff by Faith Shadow to avoid falling into the pool of darkness. That was too close. Yeah, that was too close. Okay. That might be the pool of darkness that Whisper Step nearly fell in. I'm still getting used to everybody's names, so hopefully we'll start learning them. We're only a couple episodes in, so give me a little while to like learn everybody's names and what they're like. And then finally we have Juniper Tuft and Scorchface gonna do some herb gathering. Scorchface is on a mission to find Lungwort. This is the one that might crash. This is the patrol that sometimes crashes the game, so I'm just gonna hit do not proceed because I do not want the game to crash. A cat grabs Scorchface's attention before they can leave. Scorchface heaves aside. The expedition is delayed for another time. I'm gonna have to update my game to a different version before I feel comfortable with doing Lungwort patrols. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next moon, and we'll see what happens now. Juniper Tuft is glad that their stomachache is finally gone. Whisper Step's brain is feeling much better, and they were also grabbed and dropped by an eagle, but they somehow survived. Whisper Step is an air elemental cat, so probably use like their air-related abilities to survive. I don't know how to like say like cats with this particular skin are going to be able to withstand this, because I feel like that's something that would exist in the base game, is like based on like a cat having like a pink nose versus having a brown nose being able to survive certain stuff. That's not the thing in like the real world, but that's how this mod works, is that it actually replaces like the different color like nose and ears and paw pads and stuff. I do want to like see if I could maybe figure it out, but that's coding to a level that I don't know. I'd have to like do like deep diving into the game's files, and I don't have the time for that, honestly. But at least everybody's doing okay. So let's just go ahead and look at relationships. Juniper Tuft saw Ivory's Tooth being rude. Oh dear. Falling Star challenged Doodle to spar with them. That's nice. Falling Star, Whisper Step, and Bubble Jump had a nice talk while eating. That's good. Whisper Step is letting Scorchface share their troubles with them, hoping they'll feel better afterwards. Oh, that's nice. Face Shadow apologized to Juniper Tuft for something or other. Oh, okay. Faith Shadow chats quietly with Doodle while they're both on camp guard duty. Bubble Jump sees that Scorchface's piece of prey looks tasty and asks if they like to swap. They happily agree, saying they like that one better. That's nice. Pounce Rumble is sharing tongues with Whisper Step. Ivory Tooth thinks Rhineberry was nice to them today. Ivory Tooth wants to spend more time with Bubble Jump. That's nice. That's nice. Rhineberry said they'd cover for Ivory Tooth, but when it came time, they got Ivory Tooth in trouble. Rhineberry, what are you doing? Rhineberry catches Doodle staring at another cat. What is that for? And Rhineberry might be reading a little too far into Whisper Step's kindness. Oh boy. Rhineberry, what are you up to? I have questions. Scorchface had Rhineberry bump into them. They didn't even apologize. Rhineberry, what is going on with you? Crested Feather bumps heads with Juniper Tuft reassuringly. Okay. Crested Feather covered for Doodle on something minor. And Doodle stands tall when Bubble Jump walks by. Okay. Falling Star talks to Whisper Step about investigating the Shadowlands. The Shadowlands is what I'm calling the place where, like, most of the dark, like, kind of like the corrupted lands that, like, the darkness has kind of overtaken so far. It's a little bit, like, off in the distance for the most part, but it's, like, slowly kind of, like, creeping, infecting more of the land as it goes. It, like, everyone's trying to keep it contained, but, like, we also don't know, like, why it's been, like, going at the rate it has. Like, there's something going on with that. Whisper Step is feeling content. Yeah, you just take it easy. You've still got that... It's a full broken bone. You went from being sprained to being dropped and have a broken bone now. Never mind. Okay. Scorchface wants to get to know Doodle better. Okay. Bubble Jump is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. I'm gonna have to change that at some point, because we're not doing kitty pet related stuff. I'm very much leaning towards, like, doing, like, more adventure related stuff. I have, like, these ideas to, like, maybe try my hand at some sprite work, change collars and stuff to, like, amulets or circlets or, like, jewels that, like maybe even armor. I don't know if I'd be able to do, like, actual armor, but, like, maybe, like, bracers on, like, the legs or something I could maybe try my hand at. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Regardless, a lot of cats want to get along with Doodle, so either Whisperstep or Scorchface. I know Doodle wants to get to know Whisperstep better, but Scorchface wants to know Doodle as well. Ivory Tooth, Whisperstep. Okay, Doodle wants to know Whisperstep better. Let's go ahead and Trust and Comfort have both gone up. Okay. Rhineberry is trying to set a good example for younger cats, despite having caused so many issues so far. Rhineberry, what's your deal? Doodle wants to get to know Crested Feather better. Okay. Faith Shadow wants to get to know Bubble Jump better. Alright, alright. I'm also, like, taking notes of who wants to get to know who better, so I can, like, when it comes to mediating cats, I can, like, actually, like, say, these are cats that want to get along. These are cats that want to get along, and this is, like, how we're going to figure out... I don't know. I'm trying to talk as I type. I'm not very good at multitasking. Ivory Tooth plans to visit the medicine cat. Maybe I am starting to think maybe Ivory Tooth, like, does have, like, some, like, lingering pain going on. I totally feel you. I don't necessarily have pain from a scar, but, like, I just deal with a ton of pain in my day-to-day life, so at some point I need to quit my job. Oh dear. Pounce Rumble almost fell in the pool of darkness the other day. Pounce Rumble! Oh dear. And you're not Pounce Tail. I know I called you Pounce Tail before. You're Pounce Rumble. And Juniper Tuft wants to be chosen as the new deputy. Yeah, Juniper Tuft is an ambitious cat who does, like, have, like, some plans of his own, I think. Kind of wants to be more in charge of everything. I'm very curious, like, how Juniper Tuft is gonna be in the future. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'm gonna have Falling Star lead another 3-cat patrol. Doodle and Rhineberry, yeah, we want to go check out the border, maybe see the Shadowlands if we can, otherwise just checking on the border itself. So let's go ahead and... While walking along the border, we notice the Stone Forest Patrol. We notice the Stone Forest Patrol renewing their scent marks up ahead. The Stone Forest is my current placeholder name for the Earth Elemental group. I'm not totally satisfied with that. I might change it in the future. But again, this is actually where Fallen Star comes from. So let's go ahead and... Oh no! Like I said, this is where Falling Star is from, so she bounded ahead to greet the other patrol, not bothering to greet them or exchange pleasantries before remarking on the funny smell of the other cats. Oh dear. I know that they're, like, your, like, old, like, group, but you gotta be a little careful with that. Don't just offend them. Be careful. I do think, like, part of the reason, like, she, like, wound up coming to, like, found, like, the Guardians of the Fallen Star is that, like, she was a little bit of an outcast, partly because she's, like, so, like, in tune. Maybe it's less about, like, the funny smell of the others, but, and more, like, the fact that, like, they kind of, like, have, like, a little bit of a funky, like, aura compared to, like, what she's used to. I don't know. It could also be because, like, she's been, like, living among, like, the, like, in, like, the caves for so long that, like, is like, huh, I forgot, like, that this is, like, what the forest is like, and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Anyways, Faith Shadow and Ivory Tooth, I'll send you two on a random patrol for now. It's hot out today, and the hunting patrol bounces around, infused with energy as they seek out prey. Okay. No way, it's too hot for this, they can try- I hit proceed, right? They can try to hunt again later. I did hit proceed, right? That wasn't a do not proceed? I don't know, I'll have to, like, look back and, like, see which one got highlighted. Let's see, next patrol will be Crested Feather and Juniper Tuft. Juniper Tuft spies a fat rabbit on the other side of the Misty Shore border. The Misty Shore is the water-based elemental group. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on a different clan's territory. I don't think we're going to try and interfere with them. We're not going to proceed. We are not going to interfere. The patrol decides that one rabbit isn't worth making an enemy. I don't want to make an enemy with them. And then Pounce Rumble and Scorchface can do some herb gathering. Scorchface notices that the moss in the medicine den is getting old. They need to go and gather some more. Scorchface leads the way to the best moss patch they know, with Pounce Rumble following close behind. The two cats begin cutting off bits of moss and making their respective piles. Once the piles turn to mouthfuls, they pick up the bundles of new bedding and start back towards camp. Okay, good. But with all of that done, let's see. We still need to check out the Shadowlands. That's something I'm a little concerned about, really. There's been some pools of darkness that cats have almost been falling into, which could be a sign that maybe the Shadowlands has been kind of starting to spread a little bit, encroaching a little bit closer than we would like them to. It's a little bit scary to think about, honestly. I don't know what Rhineberry is up to. She's been causing some issues, even though it says that she's been trying to set a good example. It could be that she just doesn't realize. She's cold and extremely smart. It could be she just kind of doesn't realize how her attitude is affecting other cats. I don't know. And of course we have Juniper Tuft, who is a very ambitious cat. I am actually going to favorite Juniper Tuft. Eventually, I would not be surprised if all these cats would end up being favorited at some point. But you also are starting to get a little bit of a romantic relationship going with Faith Shadow. Even though I'm pretty sure Falling Star has more romantic interest in you, I don't think it's not reciprocated, unfortunately, at this time. I am curious to know how these things are going to work. And poor Whisper Step, that is not Whisper Step, here's Whisper Step, keeps getting injured. You haven't really gotten a chance to do much, have you? But we'll see how things are going. I just hope that you start feeling better soon. But I think that's gonna wrap up things for this episode so far. I'm going to, next episode, hopefully try and transfer most of my files, not full files, but at least the things that I've added to a newer version, so I can try and I was talking about the fact that there was a lungwort issue in this version of the game. I remember looking through the dev discussions on the Discord, and some people were reporting a bug when it came to lungwort at around the time when I downloaded this version. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and figure some stuff out. Try and update which dev version I'm using. Try and move everything to a new version. A lot of people have also been asking me how to add the mod to the game. The game has actually changed a bit since this mod was created, and the mod is not updated for more recent versions. So you'll have to probably either use an older dev version, or you'll just have to wait for it to be updated, honestly. Or try and figure out how to copy paste some of the coding from the mod to newer versions, like I've been trying to do. And it is a bit of work, but if that's something you're interested in, then I guess go ahead and do that. But for now, I'm gonna wrap this episode up here, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think, and if you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the future. Stay safe out there, everybody.